All right, so this is part 2. It stopped in the middle. I do apologize. I had too much. There wasn't enough space, so I had to fix that. Okay, so like I was saying, they're having financial difficulties. They're in this. They're actually in this devil energy, which they're experiencing addiction. So they're on substances, and they've been successfully able to hide this over the years. They're lying to themselves, saying that they were the charismatic one, they were the passionate one, they were the ones that was going, that was the success in the relationship. And now they are under judgment, and that judgment is people are seeing through them. So everything is becoming transparent, and they are now having to face who they truly are. Self-realization. They're awakening to the things that they were trying to hide. What else do we need to know? Okay, so that is the past relationship, and now we're talking about a new relationship. We have a King of Swords here, okay? And there's going to be a Ten of Pentacles within this relationship, and a Page of Wands, which is talking about new inspiration and new skills. So you're going to enter into a new relationship with someone that doesn't play games. That's someone that doesn't hide. They're forthcoming, and this is going to bring you into add to your current success and bring you into this solid Ten of Pentacles legacy kind of relationship, okay? And it's going to be like a dual thing. This isn't like one or the other. You are already successful on your own, and when they come in, there's going to be an added success. This is going to be adding to your legacy and your wealth, okay? It's not a, if you don't have this man, you're not going to be successful, because you're already successful and you will continue to be so. But there will be new inspiration, and you're going to learn some new things that you had not even thought that you would be doing or working in, like working in a job that you never thought you would ever work in. Okay, that is coming towards you. What else does the collective need to know? There is appreciation from this energy, this new energy that's coming into your life. They're aware of all the things that have broken your heart, the things that have happened to you, but they are also aware that you are the gift, that you are the key to opening this gate, okay? That you are the key. They see you for who you are, and they accept you for who you are. So we have the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse that fell out, but along with the Empress card. So this is saying because this is usually like about like planting new seeds. The seeds were already planted, okay? This isn't a potential anymore. So when it's like this, it's potential. You know, you're planting new seeds. You're looking for your harvest. You know, you're planting the seeds because you're planning for a harvest in the near future. Okay, that your ambition and you have potential for success. But this is telling me that these have already been planted. There is no more potential. You have actually succeeded. This is success. Okay. Some of you might be feeling like, what do you mean? I don't understand, because you're not seeing it from the correct perspective. But you are a success, okay? You are in this Empress energy, unconditional love, creative energy, and complete unity. You are within union with yourself. You know yourself, and that is absolutely a success. Your skills are just growing because you've become whole. There aren't bits and pieces of you spread all over the place because you're worried about what one person says and what another person says. You are a success because you are counting on the Most High to guide you, and you're trusting in yourself and your intuitions and your downloads that you're receiving that are guiding you along your path. We're going to go ahead and get a few words from the mushroom cards. Ooh, when I said a few, I did not mean it's going to be all these. So let's go ahead and get started, and we're going to talk about this. I will find a balance between letting go and hanging on. So there are certain things that definitely need to be let go, like people that were toxic to you, people that weren't bringing positivity into your life. But you don't need to let go of the memories of the good times that you had with those people. That's okay. It's okay to have had those joyful times and understand that, yeah, we had good times, but we know overall the relationship was toxic, so you need to let it go. So there are things like the memories and the nostalgia of the situation is okay to hold on to and to see it for the fun and good times it was, but not to say that all the fun times negate the negative times. Okay, you see this as a whole picture thing, not just as blinders. A lot of people are in relationships and they make excuses for the bad because there's so much love and we had so much fun. No, you're seeing everything for what it was. Okay, there was happy moments, but there were a lot of bad moments that made you feel less than. Okay, the happy moments were not able to cover up those bad moments. So it's okay to honor the good that's happened, but you can go ahead and release any of the negativity that was brought on. Release that person due to the negativity that they brought on. Understand that you had good times, but you need to let some things go, because overall it was not a healthy relationship. Now that you're out of this relationship, you see that. Before, you were in this relationship and grasping at straws, grasping at the good times to pave over those bad times. I will never define your reality. Okay, so you need to know that you cannot define someone else's reality. You can only work on yourself and count on yourself. If new people come into your life to add to it, that is wonderful, but you're not depending on it. Okay, you're not going to depend on other people and hope on other people and define their reality. Say, hey, this friend needs to fix so they can be my friend again. No, you're not worried about other people and what other people need to do on their healing journey. You're only focused on what you need to do for your own. Okay, you wish people well and you hope that they will get to a point where it is a safe space to be with, they can be a safe space, but you are not depending upon other people to be a safe space for you. Does that make sense? Because you're in because you're in this energy of completing your healing, working continuously to heal, working continuously to be in harmony. People that are not in that way, shape, a form, mind frame, being in your energy, they're going to be pulling on you and dragging you into whatever that is that they're trying to fix, and they're expecting you to fix who they are when it is their job to fix themselves. And if they get to a point where they are healed and they understand that they can talk with you, equal give and take, but they can't just demand for you to fix anything. When they're healed enough, they're stop demanding for you to fix parts of their lives for them, then they can be back in your life, and it is up to you whether you want those people back in your life. But you are also knowing that you can't define someone else's reality. You can't fix what they can only heal. Okay? Everyone has the right to their own personality. And that is definitely another thing. People don't want you to be yourself. They want you to be like this person, that person. They want to fit you in specific boxes that of people that they know and how they have previously had relationships, and this is how that person acts. So because you're similar, you must act that way. okay? But you know that everyone has their own personality, so you're not tempted to change how you are or who you are to fit whatever narrative someone else is got for you. And that's why you're getting an opportunity to gain new relationships with people and gain new romantic partnerships with people that can see that don't demand for you to make a change of who you are in order to be within their circle. I accept the things I cannot control are out of my control. And that is definitely it. You know what you can control, and that is yourself. And you can't control other people, the actions that they place upon you, whether, whatever their beliefs are, belief systems, that is their own. And you understand quite clear that people are going, if people feel guided to practice witchcraft and weird things and hocus pocus against people, that is their prerogative. They are free to do that. That was their choice. It is not your job to fix that. But you are able to control how you behave and how you go about your day, okay? You respect people's free will. And all you ask is for people to leave you alone and respect your own free will. And that you can only control and make changes to your life, and you can't change other people and how they think. If I own my story, I get to write the ending. And this is very important. People have constantly tried to dictate who you are, who you will become, and they thought they had that right. And the Most High says that's not their job, that's not their position. And now is the time where the Most High is saying, hey, no, that's not how it works. And you are writing your own story, because now, at this time, at this point, you know this. Maybe years ago, you let people, influence your decisions because you had self-doubt and you thought you weren't good enough, you weren't smart enough, you weren't pretty enough, you weren't tall enough, you weren't short enough, you weren't big enough, you weren't small enough. Whatever it was that people were making you think, you now know that you're exactly who you need to be. Tomorrow you might think, hey, I need to gain 20 pounds, I'm a little too skinny, and you go ahead and focus on that because you decided. Or you might think, I could lose 5 pounds. So you work on yourself and you work out for yourself because you choose to. Today, all I'm wearing is some mascara and some eyeliner. But tomorrow I might feel like I need a full makeout layout. Who knows? But it's my decision. No one's influenced me left or right whether or not I'm going to wear this or wear that or do this and do that. It is up to me. And like that, it is up to you, collective. So final words, and then we'll close this out completely, the enlightenment. And this is something that you might need to focus on, meditate on throughout the day. Just a little bit of focus. That was too many. I'm not taking all those. It's like 4 cards. Enlightenment cards are nothing cards. Okay, here we go. The light of truth that emanates, this is called the light of truth. The light of truth that emanates from your heart can dissolve all fear and apprehension. Trust in life, proceed with confidence, and and all will come together to be resolved in the most positive way for everyone. Follow your truth and trust in yourself and trust in the life that you are building. All right, collective, until next time, keep shining. Shine so bright, you piss everyone off.